Hello, folks. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. Shout out to our sponsor from the makers of Helix, the most comfortable mattress ever. Comes all form. Easily customizable sofas, armchairs, love seats, and more. All form delivers directly to your home with fast, free shipping. You can assemble all the furniture yourself in minutes. Right now, Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/Nate. That is 20% off all orders at allform.com/Nate. Also, what is way more eco-friendly than a car? Electric e-bikes. Electric. Join the affordable e-bike revolution. Go to LECTRIC ebikes.com and use code Nate to get a free foldable mountain bike lock with any bike purchase. That is a free bike lock when you use code Nate at LECTRICEBIKES.com. Electricebikes.com.
Guys, I'm a big fan of Everyman Jack. It's made me smell better, makes me more confident. They got body wash, they got deodorant, they got it all. They make every day feel like a getaway with incredible scents inspired by the great outdoors. Everyman Jack uses responsibly made packaging, and their products are all cruelty-free. They're men's care, naturally derived, outdoor inspired. Look for them at Target, Walmart, Amazon, or everymanjack.com.
Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Don't wait. Check your rate today at upstart.com/Nate. Loan amounts may vary. Go to upstart.com/Nate.
Let's go, folks. Welcome. Here we are, episode 2, Dusty Slay. Second episode.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it.
101.
101. This is it. This is the new beginning.
I'm
Seems
pumped.
like people didn't like the first one.
Start over.
No. We don't know yet. We had to record this one now. So we're because it was Memorial Day or something, right?
Right. We got
Yeah.
Memorial Day coming up.
Memorial Day's coming up. That's fun.
We were just in Woodstock. I did great. Aaron
Yeah.
struggled.
There you go.
But
I just got back from Dolphin Island, lost a leg from a shark attack.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff. Let's we'll get to it when we get to it. Start with the comments. Katie Fidel Holtz. Fidel Holtz. What would you say?
I would say Fidel Holtz.
Fidel Holtz. I went to the Cubs Diamondbacks game on May 22nd, and the giveaway of the day was an ice pack to support gout awareness. While everyone else thought the ice pack was a piece of junk, I told them this was the perfect opportunity for me to send in my first comment to the Nateland podcast.
There it is.
That's awesome. That's great.
I love that.
Yeah.
Brian was you got to get me to throw out the first pitch
Yeah.
out there, dude. That'd be the
Yeah.
one.
Walk out there, take some time. It takes him a little bit longer to get out there. They start him out. You're like the Ollie Joe Prater that's already sitting out there.
yeah. Already on the mound.
Yeah. We told that story on here.
Yeah, with a sheet
So,
over me.
He's got this sheet. It's too big to walk out there, so they just unveil him. And there's out there and throws the first pitch. And then a team of then they're like, give it up for the airborne 21st Arm. They're going to carry the gout Aaron off the.
It's a whole military unit.
Military unit. Comes out, wheels them off, and it's like, then everybody's good. I think that's a pretty fun thing to get, an ice pack.
Yeah, that's something you can actually use instead of, a little cheap bobblehead or something like that.
It's like something that would be in your freezer, and you're like, you know what? Use it more than anything else you would be getting.
You'll forget about it till you need it. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, thank God I went to the Cubs game.
Yeah. Gabe Phillips. How do comics decide where to focus their eyes when doing their act? I took my wife to see Nate's show in Spokane on May 19th. Nate chose to look directly at me or my wife quite a bit. It was a lot. I'm convinced he was looking at me because he could tell I'm a fellow quadragarian, and that we would be friends. My wife is convinced that he was staring at her and she was getting a little uncomfortable. Can you actually see people's faces when you're up there in the bright lights? I am right that Nate and I developed a connection and my wife have a shot at being friends. Or do I need to schedule a fight with Nate for staring at my wife? Yeah, I can't see anything. So I have the spotlights in my eyes. So I can't. I don't know what I'm looking at. But I do it for that reason. I mean, I don't want to be I'm not looking. If someone's in the crowd, I'm not looking at you directly.
Mhm.
I do it so I would, because I always had a hard time when the lights are not, when they're up. I have a hard time I don't want to look, because of that. I don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable. Because you can feel uncomfortable, and I don't want to feel. Some guys like it. I would always either look above their head too. Sometimes I try to sometimes kind of stare to the back, especially in a theater when you got the upstairs. Like if you kind of stare straight back, so it's at least.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to be. I try to look everywhere, but I'm only gonna. I don't move around a ton, so my eyes are probably always going to hit kind of the same spots.
Yeah.
But I have when a comic has a spotlight in their eyes. That's you can't see.
I
that.
like to look middle of the room too. Yeah, and and it's like I feel like the moment I make eye contact with someone, I'm like now like a real person, and I'm not like the entertainer on stage.
Yeah,
and it's too weird. I'm like I don't even know what's happening up here if I'm locking eyes with someone.
Yeah.
One girl was like, "You were looking at me a lot during the show," and I was like, "I don't know if I was or not, but I did see you."
Yeah, yeah. It's. I would always like in clubs. I would always kind of always be looking like right above their head.
Yeah,
and then it looks like you're looking kind of at them, but you're not. But yeah, and I like it. I like the audience very dark.
Yeah.
I get the audience. Usually, for me. The audience is blacked out, where it's as dark as it can be, and I have spotlights in my face.
Well, you want it up a little bit if you're Brian and you're zip zap zopping with the crowd a little bit.
Oh,
doing a little crowd work.
Yeah,
talking about people are wearing.
People still getting seated. And,
Yeah, they got to be able to see their seat, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of. I would imagine your crowd is there before you show up It's your audience would be an audience that's there before the doors are open, and they're like literally like. And they go, once again, we're going to start an hour early. Literally every ticket here is an hour early, and they're all there.
Because they're ready to go. Or when I did your show and I recognized the girl the next day, and she didn't recognize me.
Yeah.
I've had that happen.
It's
what's a quad?
40s.
40s.
Somebody
it's like
in their
it's
40s.
A saying.
Oh,
yeah. It's like
okay.
It's a new.
We talked about
science word.
Was it octogenarian or septuagenarian?
You're octogenarian is somebody in their 80s. There's terms for all whatever decade you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So you just had a birthday.
Yeah, you just joined.
Yeah, I've just joined that club, the quadragenarian club.
Oh, you're 40?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fun times.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's I can't see you. It's not that I don't want to, that I wouldn't stare at you. I don't want you to be offended by that. So you don't want to see us?
Your wife's attractive enough.
Yeah. You got a beautiful wife, Gabe. Gabe, I was looking at you. I have it like that just so I can't see. And then that way I feel like you do have some personal kind of things, but that's what it is. Tom Stanton. Nate, I saw your show in Albany and you were great. It prompted a friend of mine to admit that she too was raised by strict parents and was disinvited from sleepovers because when her friends wanted to watch Titanic, she panicked and called her mom. Her mom then told her friends that none of them could watch it either. And for some reason, they listened to her. I can't conceive of this since my dad used to let me watch R-rated movies like I was his weekend drinking buddy. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to just... Yeah, I have a joke about that. I'm not going to tell you.
It's pretty crazy though. That you would
joke is,
but I guess as a kid, you just listen to adults, and
yeah, I mean, I did. I didn't. My whole
You're afraid you'll get in trouble even if someone else's parents.
Well, you don't want to lie to your parents. I mean, I don't. I still to this day don't want. I mean, I don't want to disappoint my parents.
But in this case, her friends, who parents may have been fine with it, even didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean that seems like that's probably a little, but that's on that mom, and so maybe the mom kind of should just said my parents would just said, well, why don't you come home, and then instead of saying, well, no one's allowed to watch it, so that and if they and I'm sure they listen to it. I mean, if you're a kid, if an adult says something, I mean, you end up going, okay, no.
We would have told that girl to go home if we were the kids. We would have been like, why don't you just go home?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Trailer park, I doubt y'all are that strict.
No, we were not. That's right. Yeah.
There's yeah.
No, my mom was not home, and we were all smoking. You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would think the rules that are true. I mean, we're talking about regular people here.
These people are in brick houses.
Yeah. This Christina Barja. Last weekend, I went to a cabin in Minnesota with some friends, and we did not have any small sticks or papers to help start the bonfire. We did, however, have a huge box of Doritos. I remember the Life Hacks episode and decided to give it a try. We used the Doritos to help start the fire, and it turned out great. I never knew this podcast would provide such practical advice. Thanks for the life hacks. There you go.
How about that, Brian?
We're doing it.
You
You did it. That's really good to hear because that was the episode where I remember during it, I was like, I don't think this podcast will be around much longer.
Yeah.
During that episode.
Yeah.
I was like, we might have reached the
we
bottom.
were just lifting. Yeah, we were just listing stuff. Yeah.
It was a real low point in the pod.
Yeah, but it
for
helped.
sure.
It helped people.
It did.
Yeah.
It's real advice.
There you go.
You thought it was good?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
That was Cowgate. That was that episode.
That was what?
That was Cowgate.
Yeah.
Oh, and I called you a cow?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Well, I read one on that episode, but this was the one. The Life Hacks episode was the one with Caleb Elliott as our guest.
Oh, okay.
And we pivoted halfway through to world records.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just list. Well, yeah, because the life hacks was just like
It's just a list of
put a different tag on your suitcase so you can locate it.
Yeah, that's how I got started.
That was the wrong one to jump off with, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just saying that, and then you look at me going, go with that. You're like,
Well, you went with it. That's the one that went.
well, because I couldn't, but it wasn't like a good topic to like be funny with.
Right.
Well, it saved Christina's life. So it saved Christina's life.
They're in a cabin. They're trying to have a nice fire.
I don't know how they didn't have any sticks around though.
They could have went and looked.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in a cabin. So her weekend just goes from, we didn't get to start the fire, but we had a nice trip in the cabin. I mean, she wasn't.
We were just in there lighting Doritos on fire.
Yeah, not on Mount Rainier. And I mean, yeah, it is crazy to think we didn't have any small sticks or paper, but we did have a huge box of Doritos.
Plenty of Doritos.
What kind of party y'all having over there, Christine? Like, you guys. Tanner Baldridge. Growing up, I did karate competitively for about 9 years. During my last year competing at my last tournament, my age division was 18 to 35. I was 18. Usually only a couple of guys in their 20s would show, and it'd be a pretty fair fight. Unfortunately, this year I had to compete against a 35-year-old man with a wife and kids. Nothing takes your confidence away faster than watching your opponent's son come up, hug him, and say, "Beat him up, daddy." 2 seconds into the fight, he kicked me in the face and broke my nose. He then proceeded to beat me up in front of his family and my own. Needless to say, it was not the best way to end my final tournament. That's when it got real. It's like when I quit baseball. Once all the kids start getting bigger and you're not, I'm out of here, dude.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, the physical difference between an 18 and a 35-year-old is staggering. 35 is a grown man.
It's a grown man. The life experience too is just they just been through so much more. It's a different thing.
You know?
I mean, yeah, it's like
He's protecting a family.
Yeah.
18-year-old's got nothing to fight for.
yeah, just like I was just like I'm just doing some karate.
Trying to have fun with my friends.
Yeah, he goes, I started when I was 9 and I made it to 18. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll see what I can do.
Up in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, that seems like they shouldn't be allowed to fight.
It's a huge range.
Yeah.
That's a big, 18 to 35. I mean,
What kind of guy's beating an 18-year-old in front of his kids?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, one
Beat
that's
him
still,
up, daddy.
I would say one that's still taking karate at 35.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guy that's
Kramer.
Yeah. Rachel Cordell. This year, our son Eli was on his high school's Scholastic Bowl team, which is basically Jeopardy for middle schoolers. There are several questions that he was able to answer because of listening to Nateland. Like, who came up with Gregorian calendar? I don't think I even remember that.
Gregory.
Greg.
Pope Greg.
Pope Greg, that's right. His team ended up making it to state. I would guess it if they gave me multiple choice. I mean, I'm sure this is smarter than that. His team ended up making it to state for only the second time in school history. You guys played a small role in helping them make a historic run. So keep up the good work of teaching us random things, at least for the next 2 years while he's on the team. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Little things, We're just little stuff.
I
We're not trying to change the world. We're trying to make the world better.
Just helping people learn,
Yeah.
Little Eli Cordell, I assume.
Yep.
That's a fun name. I was on the Quiz Bowl team in high school.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, putting on Paul II.
How was that?
The Knights. We were all right. We did a episode on TV once against I think Davidson Academy.
Yeah.
What TV?
They wiped the floor with us. Some local.
Well, I didn't think it was
television
national.
network.
But
Davidson Academy is
ESPN too.
well, local. Yeah.
4.5?
Davidson Academy is
Was
where
you working at the station?
Oh, were you?
I don't know. No, I'm saying 4.5.
I don't remember the channel that it was on.
Yeah.
God, even as a kid, people just don't care about local television.
No, they'll throw some
Who
Quiz Bowl
cares?
kids on
I
there.
maybe watch.
You went to Davidson Academy?
No. That's where I played on a carpet basketball.
Oh, okay.
My old joke about play for church, I played on carpet.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I remember seeing it was Davidson. I think I played it too somewhere else, but Davidson Academy, I remember going there. They had carpet. All right. Andrea Monchufus. I'm a teacher, and you are my first thing in the morning. I listen while doing my workout and preparing lunch for me and my husband. I'm just laughing at 6 a.m. and saying my opinion out loud. I just love this podcast that I feel like a part of it. P.S. I'm thinking about hello, folks, being my opening line while entering the classroom. I like that. Give a nice hello, folks.
Good way to start the day.
Let the kids know what's up. I think it is a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
She makes lunch for her and her husband.
Real classic
Pretty good.
opening, really. Yeah. I mean, that's hello, folks.
Hello, folks.
Yeah.
I know what happens now is people say it. You hear folks, and then sometimes I can't. I'm like, but then you kind of got to guess if it's like it's just a guy saying it, or if they're saying it on purpose. Because sometimes people can say it and just kind of they'll be like, "Hello, folks." Like they just say it kind of quickly and they don't really talk to you or anything, and then you're like, I don't know, they want to go up and like.
Well, that was your whole reason behind "Let's Go, folks," because it would make it 100% sure.
Yeah, that's you could say but you say that back to them. Yeah, and then you figure it out.
Dusty on a recent podcast say, "I hate the word folks." I think, well,
I don't hate the word folks. I hate when politicians use folks because they're always trying to pretend like they're our buddies.
Yeah,
they're like, "Listen, folks," and it's like they act like that. Oh, I'm just one of you. You know what I mean? I got $1 billion house, folks. You know what I mean?
We've got the good folks down here in Alabama. You're like, you went to an Ivy League school and you're a billionaire.
Yeah. Biden said, well, I guess he said one time, I don't know. He goes, "They're not bad folks." And it was just like, okay, dude.
Yeah. You didn't even know how to use it.
Just talking to us. Aaron. Oh, this is maybe from Aaron.
Oh.
I love that every name that Nate can pronounce, he immediately says after, "That's a good name."
That is true.
Aaron is a good name. Jordan Lane. I was at a wedding last summer where a group of hefty folks collapsed a bench while the bride was reading her vows. The crunch of the wood snapping was so loud, everyone turned around and started snickering. It was awful, but my favorite part of the wedding. That is.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's funny. I get it.
It's very funny.
It's very funny.
The bride probably wasn't happy about it, if I had to guess.
I mean, but the bride's the bride. I mean, it depends if it's her family.
Now it's the only thing anyone remembers about the wedding.
Yeah, I don't even remember whose wedding it was.
Yeah. What if that's the bride with I would say what if it's the groom then looks and he's like, "Wait, is that your family?" And she's skinny and you're like, "Well, how much older are they than you?" She's like, 25 years ago. We got the same genes. You're like, huh?
He backs out right there.
Yeah.
Really tough for that group of hefty folks to enjoy the reception after that, though. You know what I mean? It's tough to really chow down on the crab cakes after you've already collapsed a bench.
Well, I mean, what do you do then? Do y'all get up and you just stay seated?
Look at you. What do y'all do then?
I didn't mean it to you. I was just saying y'all. But
you just have to get up and go, "All right, yeah. Hey, happy to be here." You just got to kind of lean into it. You can't pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's a little bit on them. if you're a big guy and you're hanging out with big guys, maybe don't sit on a wooden bench.
Yeah, but
You got to assess your situation.
At a church,
stand up in the back. Like, you got to assess the situation.
I would think
I have no sympathy for them in this scenario. Yeah.
I would, as a church, though, I would think those are the pews are strong.
Are these just regular church pews?
I mean, I'd imagine. I mean, it's, well, I'd like to see the bench. I agree with the fact that let me see the bench.
Regular church pews, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Like, we got to sit in the pews. Yeah. I was picturing something outdoors, and they've got kind of makeshift wooden benches.
Yeah, yeah.
In that case, you walk up and you go, nah.
You go,
I'm just going to stand up in the back.
Y'all, you get in a circle, you meet before you go, and you go, we're splitting up. You meet up.
Spread out.
You go, how's this one, boys? You go, we're spreading out. We're spreading out.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you got to think we can go together. I go, we come in,
Listen, I know we're all groom side, but a couple of y'all need to go to bride side.
Bride side. Yeah. And 3 of you need to stay in the car. You just have anonymous.
We all just carpool together.
You bottom out everywhere. It's up a little bit of a hill. And you do your own shuttle. We'll have a good system down. Daniel Fauci. Fauci. Fouche.
Yeah.
Fauci. Last week.
Hello, Fauci.
Hello, Fauci. Last week, my wife and I had to take our son to the doctor for a checkup. The nurse that first came in to talk to us was asking questions about our family medical history. When she asked about diabetes, my wife responded that her grandmother had it, but she couldn't remember if it was type 1 or type 2. So she asked the nurse, which one is the earned kind? I said in disbelief that she asked this while the nurse looked at her like Aaron and Buckwheat look at Nate after he tries to pronounce a word with more than 3 syllables. Yeah. I mean, it's an honest question.
That's really funny. And I'm sure that the nurse knew what you meant.
Yeah.
If
she didn't, you're like, you know what I mean. And she's trying to be professional.
Have you heard about this new reading style, Bionic reading?
No.
It's supposed to change the game for people with dyslexia.
I was reading about Bionic. Yeah, I was doing a little Bionic reading this morning, actually.
Why?
Because it came up on social media and I was reading about it.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you were just talking about?
Yeah, where they highlight, they put in bold the first couple of letters of each word in a sentence. It's supposed to help you move it along and not get stuck.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I just looked up a news article.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was looking up.
And so it's like the first words are bold.
First couple of letters of each word are bold. I think it's supposed to help you see it better.
Yeah.
It almost looks random the way that it's bolded.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll trick your brain into focusing on the important parts of the word.
Do you see if I can read this?
Yeah, I bet you can read this really fast.
With Bionic reading, you read text faster, better, and more focused. Bionic reading is a new method facilitating the reading process by guiding the eyes through text with artificial fixation points. As a result, the reader is only focusing on the highlighted initial letters and lets the brain center initial letters and lets the brain center complete the word. In a digital world dominated by shallow forms of reading, that seems like insulting. Bionic reading aims to encourage a more in-depth reading and understanding of written content.
So you nailed that.
Might have been better. I got hung up at it was a long one.
Yeah, that was a long paragraph there, but you can kind of feel yourself flying through it.
But I don't remember any of it, what it said.
Oh, that's probably not good.
Yeah, comprehension.
Yeah, do you think if it just were not bold that he just would have read it the same?
I have trouble with reading, but I mean, comprehending it is the hard part. That's the part that,
And ultimately, that's the more important part.
Because it almost makes me like, well, I can get through it faster, but, it's like, what did it say? I'd be like, I don't know. It's a speed test, baby.
It just feels like something somebody invented all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we've been reading just fine. You know what I mean? Like, some of us read better than others, but we're all right.
Yeah, but I would have trouble, like, Bionic reading is a new method facilitating the reading process by guiding the eyes to text with artificial fixation points. As a result, the reader is only focusing on the highlighted initial letters.
Dude, you're cruising.
No, I'm reading the other one now.
Oh.
In a digital world dominated by... But I'm saying I could see it. Bionic reading is a new method I would have had trouble there.
Yeah.
Bionic reading is a new method facilitating the reading process.
But see, that's a narrow... I think you have trouble when it's spread out, don't you?
Yeah.
When you have to go all the way to the right and then go all the way back to the front of it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do, I wonder if we could do 2 sentences. One, not by, they can't be the same sentence though. And see which one I do better.
Okay.
All right.
Something fun.
Yeah. Sarah Chia. Nate, can you ask your mom if she was dismissed from jury duty in the late 70s or early 80s? I work in the legal field doing case law research, and I came across a Tennessee Court of Appeals case where the defendant appealed a conviction claiming he lost because the judge unfairly dismissed a female juror with the last name Bargatze. The reason the juror got dismissed was because she said it would bother her too much to vote for a punishment if the guy was guilty. The dude lost his appeal and was sentenced to 25 years in prison.
Jeez.
I mean, this has to be someone in your family, right? I'm just thinking probably not my mom. I mean, if it was late, man, I don't know. My mom listens, so she'll be the one to tell you. The reason the juror got dismissed was because she said it would bother her too much to vote for punishment. It's just a female juror. I'll try to see. Is this supposed to all be confidential?
It might be. Yeah.
Wait, so the guy lost his appeal and sentenced 25 years in prison? And he's saying he lost it just because of her?
I think so.
Unfairly dismissed a female juror.
Well, he was originally sentenced. He's arguing in his first trial, a juror got dismissed that shouldn't have been, and therefore that led to him losing. And then I guess he lost his appeal later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not ask your mom if that was her. You might not want to clarify for this guy who's been in prison for 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her. He's getting out next week.
Yeah, that was her. This is her
Is it
address.
almost perfectly?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 25 years. If that was 80, I mean, he's
already out.
Yeah, he's out. He's old.
He's out.
He's looking for
listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's listening.
I love that he lost because of the juror, not because of he committed a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of that is like, well, that you didn't let that person.
Oh, yeah, you're trying to find a
Yeah.
technicality.
Yeah. Chris Nicholas. There's a Facebook group named Make Nate Bargatze Famous. It only made it to 45 members, so it's not doing well. Maybe if y'all mention Nate can finally get famous.
Nate
Maybe this will be
Bargatze
the
is a
one.
very funny guy. I first saw him on Live at Gotham on Comedy Central. He's just a dude from Tennessee, but his delivery and style are perfect, and he never does dirty jokes. This guy deserves to be famous. Please help me spread the word and watch him on www.youtube.com.
Yeah.
See less. That
All
was
right.
your credit back then.
There you go.
YouTube.
When was this made?
I think it was made a long time ago.
A lot of these
Yeah.
comments, these are 2008,
2008.
2009.
Oh, wow.
Steve
Yeah.
McAllister, we know him. Michael Clay.
I know everybody on there. Yeah, no, Stu. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Noah Needleman.
Can you see who created it?
Rusty Greenman? No,
No, I don't know how to do
yeah. All right. Well, they tried. They did the best they could.
Hang in there, buddy.
That's all very nice.
Oh, can I mention? I have a new favorite NFL football player,
Yeah.
and we all should. Unfortunately, he's not a Titan. He's an Atlanta Falcon. Nate Landman.
That's his name?
Nate Landman. That's his name.
Nate Landman.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Oh, wow.
he plays for the Falcons now. He just signed as an undrafted free agent, so I'm going to be rooting for him to make the team.
Nate Landman.
Yep.
Kind of looks
Yeah.
a little bit like all of us put together.
Yeah. We're doing
I don't see me
NIL.
in it, but
We're doing, yeah. Can we do an NIL for him?
Yeah,
Like
we
that?
should.
He's
He's
already-
sponsored.
we're sponsoring him. Nate Landman. Yeah. All right.
so
That's
I'm-
awesome.
We'll get him the Titans.
well, we'll keep up. We'll follow his journey
Yeah.
to see if he makes the team
He'll
for the
make it.
Falcons.
He'll make
He'll
find a way.
He follows us on Instagram.
Oh, he does?
Oh, cool.
Oh, great. Well, I mean, yeah, we ripped his name off. Nate Landman. All right. Yeah. All right. That's fun.
Yeah.
that
We
is-
got a guy. We're making moves.
Yeah.
We got a guy in the NFL. All right. We could all say that an electric bike is too expensive, right? Finally, there's an e-bike made for everyone. Electric e-bikes, and they start at just $7.99. They are the fastest growing e-bike company in the U.S. They're so fun to ride. They sent us one, and I mean it is awesome. Like you ride it. It's riding a safe motorcycle is what it feels like. And you just go and you can just, we've had kids on it and my dad rode it. It's super, super fun. The bikes, they fold up, ship free, come pre-assembled, pre-charged. You can cover up to 45 miles at up to 28 miles per hour on just a 4 to 6 hour charge. I mean, you can get a far away.
Pretty far.
If you have one of those, you live in a city.
Mm.
I mean, this is like the dream.
Well, like you said last week, you could escape the apocalypse. Just get on that e-bike.
Get on that e-bike
and go.
And we go as a family.
Yeah.
Ride
maybe
by everybody.
Yeah.
They're way more eco-friendly than a car. It's a great way to explore the great outdoors or the city and save tons on gas, which is good now. Yeah, I mean, 45 miles, dude. If you could go ride it anyway. I mean, if your job is within that, you charge it at work, then you get back. You could do it.
Yeah.
20 miles an hour, it's fast. Join the affordable e-bike revolution. Go to electricebikes.com and use code NATE to get a free foldable mountain bike lock with any bike purchase. That's a free bike lock when you use code NATE at electric, and it starts with L. LECTRIC ebikes.com. Also, Allform. You've listened to the show, we have we talk about Helix mattress. Well, Helix, there's making furniture. We have that as well. Allform is the easiest way you can customize a sofa using premium materials and at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores. You can pick a fabric which is spill, stain, and scratch resistant. The color of the legs, sofa size, and shape to make sure it is perfect for you and your home. Allform sofas are also delivered directly to your home with fast, free shipping. Sofas can take weeks or months to arrive, and you need someone to put it together. In Laura's office, we chose an armchair with sand fabric with natural wood legs. And talking about we chose it as in Laura chose it, but it looks very nice in there. If getting a sofa without trying it sounds a little risky, you get 100 days to decide. More than 3 months. If you not love it, they will pick it up free and you get a full refund. To find your perfect sofa or chair, check out allform.com/Nate. And Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/Nate. ALLFORM.com/Nate for your new favorite sofa. That is 20% off all orders at allform.com/Nate.
Guys, I want to tell you about Everyman Jack's men's care. I'm smelling so good now. I mean, I'm married now with a child. I wish I'd known about this before because the ladies now, it'd be a totally different game. Body wash, deodorant, skincare. I got it all going on. I'm all in one. Body wash, I'm busy. I'm doing things in the shower. I don't have time to do 2 different products. You just throw it all on there. It's one thing.
All in one.
Yeah.
I'm a big all-in-one guy.
Just get it done. Let's get it done. What are you doing in there, Aaron? Just got 6 different.
Piece by piece.
Yeah.
I do it all. Give it to me all.
Yeah, I use Everyman Jack.
I have Everyman Jack.
Everyman Jack works great without any of the harsh chemicals like parabens and dyes. They can be abrasive to your skin and leave it feeling dry. They use as many clean, naturally derived ingredients as possible, like activated charcoal, caffeine, green teas, coconut oil, and shea butter. Need something else to feel good about? Here's 3. Everyman Jacks uses responsibly made packaging. They're a National Forest Foundation partner, and their products are all cruelty-free. Everyman Jacks men's care, naturally derived, outdoor inspired. Look for them at Target, Walmart, Amazon, or everymanjack.com.
Do you want to achieve financial independence? Well, to do that, you got to say goodbye to high-interest credit card debt, but interest month after month can feel like a never-ending hamster wheel. That's where Upstart comes in. Let's get a hold of our finances this year, ladies and gentlemen. With prices rising, it is not time to get caught up in a lot of debt. You got to get ahead of it. Nip it in the bud. Upstart powers personal loans. They can help you pay down high-interest debt, all online with simple and easy-to-understand payment terms. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating debt, or funding personal expenses, they can get you one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score. Their model also considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to help you find a smarter rate for your loan. So don't wait. Check your rate today at upstart.com. upstart.com/Nate. That's upstart.com/Nate to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/Nate.
All right. So this week, what are we talking about this week?
Spies and secret agents.
All right.
That's fun.
I was looking into it. I feel like of the four of us, I'm the only one that pull off being a spy or secret agent.
I could never do it. I can't lie about stuff. I can't even do a practical joke. People are like, "Hey, don't tell him I'm in here," and I'm like, "Oh, he's in here."
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm like, "Don't put your secrets on me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I'd have time. I would be like, can I use my real name? Like,
Well, James Bond did that.
he did.
I mean, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
I
that
guess it
just
was.
be
I don't
him.
know.
Yeah. Chuck Johnson was James Bond's real name.
Why you
As a
more
college
than
booker.
Why you more than me? They're both too famous. They're on Netflix.
I'm suave. I'm debonair.
They would never expect it.
That's right.
Where would you be hanging out that we would need a spy? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
let's go check in on the CVS.
I wouldn't be my normal life,
But
but
people would give him information because he's weak. And he goes, "What is the numbers?" You go, "I'll tell this idiot my number." He goes,
Yeah, I would trick him.
Yeah, he trick him, and he goes, the number that's going to fire the bombs. He goes, "Look at it."
That's
He's
right.
not going to do anything.
He goes, "That guy is surprised he's walked in the wrong room." He just every day he walks in and goes, "I don't know how did I get here," and they don't believe it.
that's right.
Like the real Columbo effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that what he did?
Well, he was a detective, but yeah, he was like always like acting like he didn't get anything. And he's like always so confused. And he's like, "Oh, just one more thing." And they're giving it, and they just underestimate him the whole time.
yeah,
And that's what your strength would be.
yeah.
I think so.
That would be good. You'd have trouble with late nights.
Yeah. I couldn't work nights.
Yeah, that would be,
I don't see all
they go, "Did you get the information for that party?" You go, "That party was started at 10 o'clock. So I think you're out of your mind. You thought I made it to that.
You're like spying on breakfast.
Yeah, yeah.
You know how they in the movies they were like, this message will stuff that
Self-destruct.
in 30 seconds. Nate would be like, wait. Could somebody, you'd have to ask the person handed to you to read it. What's this word here?
Self-destructs loose.
Well, yeah. But I'd be afraid of where you're going to throw it.
Me?
You would throw it just in. I mean, the only reason they would catch you is they go, "We don't know what's happened. There's been small bomb attacks." Because you're just throwing notes on, like, you walk over a bridge and just throw it onto a boat underneath it, and then just, because you may die. You get a lot of burn stuff. It's not that crazy, but it's just remarkable how much it's perfectly hitting people.
Or it just wouldn't make it off the bridge. It bounced back on me.
Like a paper airplane that just loops back at you.
And this would be after 3 times of it just blowing up in your pocket because you're not like, is you just going, "I'll get rid of that," and then just boom, you just got a little. They see you with a limp, and you're like, "What's that for?" Yeah, don't worry about it. The letter blew up.
What's your favorite of all those movies, like James Bond, Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible?
Oh, National Treasure.
Does
that count?
I don't know. He wasn't a spy.
He's going undercover. He's stealing stuff. He's lying to people. He's being sneaky
What was his job?
to steal the Declaration
I
of
know, but
Independence.
like, what was his profession?
He was a professional treasure hunter.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts.
I like the Johnny English, Rowan Atkinson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Mr. Bean?
Yeah, those are the best. Yeah.
What does he do?
He's a spy, but a bumbling spy that like fumbles his way to victory.
Yeah.
That dude, like, is Mr. Bean is so famous,
Yeah.
and it's pretty. And that he only does that, right?
Yeah, he does Mr. Bean, and then he like Johnny English is basically Mr. Bean as a spy that talks.
Oh, he
Yeah.
talks in it.
Yeah.
'Cause he never talks in Mr. Bean, right? It's all physical.
Yeah, he'll say a word or two.
Okay.
But it's like his whole. Yeah, that is crazy. He was in school, I guess. It's crazy.
Yeah,
His
he's
whole
super
thing
famous.
is just this Mr. Bean, and this dude's like, I've never heard an interview with him. I've never heard anything.
yeah. I think he makes cameos in British films, and he's just the huge star.
Yeah,
Austin Powers is another one that a funny spy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of makes fun of all the spy movies. I think I like the Bourne ones the best.
Those are great.
The Bourne one's good.
Some of them are just a different feel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those seem like I know, but seems like the most realistic to me.
Yeah.
Except the one with Jeremy Renner, where he's like a super
Yeah.
soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's jumping on the people's roofs and stuff like that.
That, as far as not seeming real.
Yeah. I mean, the inside, the own government wants to kill their own spy.
Yeah, I know. It's not real, but it's not like James Bond where there's some secret car or gadget or something.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one back in the day called If Looks Could Kill. Did you ever see that
It was
one?
James Bond, right?
No, that's If Looks Could Kill was like a teenager. It was a fun one when I was, when I was a
Richard
kid.
Grieco? Is this
Yeah.
the guy right here? Grieco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he do? Just kind of
Well, he was like,
crimes at the high school?
he's at, he's about to go on a school trip, and then there's a guy by the same name as him at the airport. So they call him over the intercom, but he shows up, and then he ends up going and being the spy.
Oh, wow.
But he doesn't know, he's not a spy really.
Yeah.
He's just getting all the gadgets.
Not a spy. Really? Not a spy at all.
Not a spy at all.
Yeah.
He's a high school student.
He could do it.
Yeah.
Like he could.
But he gets all the toys and,
Yeah.
all the fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having the adventure of someone else's life.
Yeah.
That's the tagline.
Yeah, it was
for
a good
this.
one.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a fun movie.
That franchise didn't take off, though, did it?
Nah, I don't think Richard Grieco really took off.
Nah, he was
Really.
big there for a while.
Yeah, but that's all I remember him in.
Yeah.
So the spies have been around at least since biblical times. There's a story in the Old Testament about Moses sent 12 spies into the promised land to scout it out before they went to invade it, just to see what it's like in there. They went undercover for like a month, came back and reported what they found. So a lot of people consider them to be the first spies.
Is it true that if you ask a spy if he's a spy, he has to tell you?
I don't know.
Wait a second, are you a spy? Dadgummit.
The one question.
Yes. The one question. Everybody says about cops, you got it. They're undercover. You can ask them, they got to tell you. And I don't think they do at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
You don't think they tell you?
I don't think they,
They didn't
have,
have
to tell
to.
you.
I don't think they have to tell you.
Yeah.
But that's like, you see everybody, because people would really like, just ask him. He has to tell you.
Yeah. That's
And
because there's so many movies and TV
yeah,
shows say
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what we all thought before, like, smoking weed with somebody. You'd go, "You a cop?" And you're like, and if they say no, you're like, "All right, here it is."
Did that ever backfire on you?
No, I mean, they never were like, "Yeah, I am. Gotcha."
Yeah. A police officer does not have to tell you he's a cop if you ask. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Spies Like Us. I remember liking that movie.
Yeah.
Spies Like Us. Was it a kid's movie?
Oh, I love
No,
this line.
no, that was
Chevy Chase?
Chevy
Dishonest.
Chase and
Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd.
Is not entrapment.
What'd you say?
Well, there was a line in that definition about the entrapment. It goes, "Dishonest is not entrapment,"
Yeah.
and I don't know if that's true, but
Yeah,
I'm just like, yeah, he's lying to you,
Yeah.
but he's not trapping you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a TV show a few years ago. It was very popular with the Americans. Those were Russian spies living in America as everyday people. And that's based off true stuff. There was, back in 2010, 10 Russian spies that were just living in the U.S. as doctors, lawyers, whatever. I mean, I just named two very rich jobs. I don't think they were all that big, but
Tech billionaires and
it wasn't that.
just
But,
trying to blend in.
but the FBI was onto them, so they were watching them for years, and they finally busted them. One of them was a Russian model,
Oh yeah.
and
What were they doing? What were they getting information on? Do we know? I mean,
I think they were trying to get into some tech stuff and some chemical engineering stuff, and
wow. So like real stuff.
yeah, but they were just living around the Northeast, New Jersey, New York City, stuff like
But they
that.
knew about him almost the whole time.
I think the FBI found out about them pretty quick, so they were just watching them. and they finally picked the right time to go in and arrest him.
Yeah.
But people are like, this guy's been my neighbor for like a decade.
Wow.
He was a Russian
That's
spy.
how long they let him go?
It was a long time, I
They
think.
let him watch for 10 years?
They're like,
But I don't know-
not yet. Now's not the
yet.
time.
I don't know if they watched him for 10 years, but I think they lived here for like 10 years before they finally
Yeah.
arrested him.
Wow.
Lived here for a long time.
Would you go be a spy for America in another country?
Yeah.
You would?
In a heartbeat. I'm
Where
waiting for-
Where do you think you could
If they're
go?
listening, I'll do it. Maybe I can't do it now because I said that.
Well, maybe now it's like they
Now it's a good time
expect
to
you
do it.
less. Yeah, exactly.
I said on my podcast. Yeah. I think it would be, it would be very nerve wracking, but
Oh God,
it could be fun.
I think I could easily be flipped to be a double agent. I think I'd go there, they catch me, they tell me some stuff. I'm like, you know what? That's some good points.
I think you would suggest it.
you
Well,
guys got a program for
Yeah.
double agents?
yeah.
They had me a brochure.
It would take, to be a spy, you almost can't have a family, I think, right?
Mhm.
Like you kind of got to go get lost over there.
Well, there's a great spy movie called The Good Shepherd, which I think gets slept on a lot. I think it's a very underrated movie. You ever see that?
I did not like it. I
Oh,
tried to start
wow.
watching it. I got so bored.
Oh, it is a slow movie.
It's got a good cast. It looked great.
Angelina Jolie, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon's a
Wow.
spy, works with the CIA, I believe, and he has a family. And basically, I'll just spoil it. It's an old movie.
I'm not
Nobody
going to
cares.
finish it.
Okay. Matt Damon's son marries a double agent, and he has to kill his daughter-in-law.
Oh,
They
wow.
throw her off a plane in the middle of Africa. It was like a scene that haunted me as a kid to see a person get thrown out of a plane.
Yeah, you're allowed
That's
to
a
watch
great
this
movie.
as a kid.
Well, this is one of those I would sneak off and watch it.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
People think I'll watch Friday the 13th. You think I'll watch The Good Shepherd?
It's got a deceiving name. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to watch something after All the President's Men. You know?
Yeah.
So it's the Weber family.
West
marathon.
Wing's over, so I guess
what-
I'll sneak into this 18-year-old up and watch. I can't even think of him.
Yeah.
What about True Lies? Was he a spy in that? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good one. He had a family.
I might watch Good Shepherd now, but is it slow? The whole thing's slow.
Oh, dude, it's super
It's
slow.
so
You
slow.
would probably hate it, Nate, to be
Yeah.
honest with
Oh,
you.
gosh, it's so awful.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
slow movie.
Yeah.
Some of the tools they used, they had a device where if they wanted to read a letter but not open it, like if they got a hold of it,
Mm-hmm.
they could have a little tool that would go in the side crack of the envelope, could
Ooh.
pull the letter out. Somehow you would roll it up,
Mm-hmm.
pull the letter out that little slot, read the letter, then roll it back up, put it back in.
Wow. All through the envelope.
Yeah, through that little slit of the.
Yeah.
where-
Mhm.
And that's easier than just getting a new envelope for it, probably.
I guess there was some way that they could tell that was
Okay.
the envelope. was
Yeah.
different.
Email really changed the game on that.
Yeah. He goes, I just got it. He goes, well, all right, I'll take a look. Email it to me. I'll take a look at it.
But they have a lot of. They have a shoe phone. That was a real thing. The director of the CIA was complaining about they didn't have enough cool devices like in James Bond, and they made stuff just because of
James Bond.
because of
Because they wanted to feel cool like James. I get that.
Yeah, they made stuff because of James Bond.
those movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, give me some gadgets, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want a laser watch. You know, I want some cool stuff.
Poison tipped umbrellas. That was a real thing.
That was real?
That was real. A guy was strolling in London and he felt a twinge in his leg as an unidentified man passed by. 4 days later, he was dead.
Oh, wow.
Pathologist found a tiny metal pellet lodged in his leg.
Oh, wow.
That was from a Soviet spy.
Yeah. I mean, how do you don't, I guess you feel it in your leg. I mean, it seems like how does he get the tip to that guy's leg?
Maybe it comes out like it.
I know, but it's like,
Shoots.
does he have to go like fall on the ground, go sideways, and then kind of get back up real quick?
I think you can probably shoot it at an angle. 45-degree angle. You just kind of.
I guess like right there,
Mhm.
and it just dives in there, and
And
you're
you're
like, God, what was? You think you got bit by something?
Bit by a bug.
He goes, did you see anything around you? One guy walked right by me with an umbrella. Was it raining? You're like, no. It's like the day you would never need an umbrella.
Yeah.
He's like not even. They go. Some people like to keep the sun out. He goes, but the sun wasn't really out.
Yeah, it was overcast.
It was overcast, and I know you can still get sunburnt during overcast, but it wasn't that kind of overcast. It was a day where umbrellas were like, what's the point?
Yeah, also he was kind of holding it like a gun.
Yeah. He came in when he rolled off. All I heard was "gotcha." and he go, none of this. You didn't think to follow this guy at all. You go, no, I thought it was just kind of a crazy thing, But all right. Well, I think you should be fine. He goes,
How long did it take to get 4 days?
4 days.
You don't get
That's
it
good.
checked out at all. Like you're like, I felt that thing on my leg, and then you don't like rub it at all and give it a little look. And
Yeah, but how soon would you get professional medical advice?
well, I don't know.
You personally, you wouldn't.
No, I mean, I would have died.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people will get stuff checked out.
yeah.
He might have gotten medical advice quickly about being sick. I don't think the first thing you're going to think is that bug bite on the back of my leg was what caused it.
Fair point.
But if you're doing stuff where you think a spy could kill you, I would imagine you should be aware of any
That's
kind
true.
of weird feelings you get on your body.
if you're living a life where you're like,
Yeah.
a spy might be after me,
yeah.
maybe get a strange bite checked out.
Yeah. Maybe if you
Yeah.
feel, if I bumped my knee on a table, I would be like, was that on purpose? Just any kind of,
Even if you did it.
even if I did it. Even if I did it, I would be like, well, did someone want me to do it?
They're that good.
They're that good that they, you know,
How long's that table been here?
how long's that table? Yeah.
Table used to be a little higher, I think.
Yeah. And what if it's a lower table and then I do it? It's just a little bit lower and you're like, God, it's like when you walk through a door frame that's just a little bit lower than it should be and you can hit your head.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. Like if you go on a subway, the first month is just boosh. Like people just you're not used to that.
Mhm.
Do that with a table, then I'm out.
Yeah. Remote controlled insects. That's another thing they do. They
Oh,
use
yeah.
dragonflies that look like real dragonflies, but they can have little tiny cameras on them and spy on people. Stuff
Wait,
like
is that real?
That's real.
That's what's happening out here right now.
Well, I don't know right now, but that's been around since the 70s.
Wow.
70s.
Wow.
So it's probably
Okay.
better than that.
Yeah, it's way better. That's what hummingbirds are now.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Yeah. They have.
I'm gonna get rid of that feeder I, have.
You might have a kid that's what their whole point is.
Yeah.
You find out it's a robot kid you had that just has its eyes are just filming you.
When it was first launched, it proved unwieldy, even in light winds, so it was never deployed on a mission. The winds would catch it and just blow it away. But
Nah,
yeah,
I don't believe it. That feels like what you say when you're like, actually, let's don't let people know we have the dragonfly spies.
Yeah.
I saw a
Yeah.
movie with a spy movie with Helen Mirren. I forgot what it's called, but they used dragonflies or something like that. Spy on
In
I
the
mean, look,
movie-
you can have them. You can buy them now for $40 or something.
In the movie Richie Rich, they had the remote control bees. Remember
Yeah.
that movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that was a
I don't
spy
remember.
movie.
That's
really,
what
but-
Kanye West said he would do if he controlled the world.
What?
He'd get all the smartest people in the world together and he'd make them work on mechanical bees.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
When did he say that?
On Joe Rogan, he said it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you work on mechanical?
I think there's a lot of concern about bees dying off, and
Yeah.
bees serve a pretty important purpose,
Yeah.
pollinating plants and stuff. So he'd just build a bunch of mechanical bees.
I think
To
the
pollinate
easier
the
way might even
plants.
be to find out what's killing the bees
Yeah.
and then stop doing that.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
The mechanical bees. Is a little more,
It sounds a lot more fun, to
It
be
does
honest.
sound more fun,
Yeah.
but it seems like you're like, I'm going to fix
Yeah.
this problem by making bees.
Yeah.
I'm going to make mechanical.
He goes, well, what killed the bees? You go, well, the mechanical ones we got. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
He goes, they really finished them off. To be honest. But I'm glad we did them.
And now we've lost control and they don't pollinate
Yeah.
the plants like we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
they're hard to. Yeah, they don't listen. But that's why we're doing robot spiders
to kill them.
to kill the bees.
Exploding pencil case. This is back in World War II when people still used pencils. It had a time delay detonator, so you could set a pencil case on, I guess, someone's desk and then be out of there before it exploded. Seemed like you just do a bomb if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the movie If Looks Could Kill, they had exploding gum. You chew the gum and then you put it back together with the wrapper, then it's a bomb.
Yeah.
The first Mission Impossible had something
Oh,
like
did
that
it?
too. Emilio
Yeah.
Estevez.
This would have been out before that, though.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
Looks Could Kill.
Just
They
laid
really-
the groundwork for
Yeah, really
Mission Impossible.
revolutionized it.
Yeah.
Glove gun, that was a real thing. Had a gun on your glove. You reach to shake someone's hand and then you shoot them.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, really? Is there pictures of it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
lot of
that's
fun.
cool.
It looks like,
Yeah.
well, you got to encounter somebody where you were gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what's on your work glove there?
Yeah.
Because this is not a
Yes.
glove you could just wear into
Ugh.
like the ballet or
That
something.
controls
Ugh,
my.
it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
God, that snow is just her bad. That's pretty good.
it doesn't look as slick as I thought when you said. I mean, that is straight up. I'm working on fence gloves today.
But I mean, it's the idea is, you could wear some of those gloves. I mean, you could. It depends if you're, if it's like a.
Like if you're wearing those kind of gloves, you probably carry a gun.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you could just have a gun in a holster.
You hear the gun go off and you're like, I don't know. Anybody know what happened? And you're like, just get your
I
hands
don't
up.
see it.
He goes,
Hey.
where would I have a gun on me? Can I take my gloves off? Do you care if I take my gloves off?
Take my gloves off and help y'all look real quick.
He drops his gloves off and just hears boom. And he goes, well, why was your glove sounded like that? He goes, I don't know.
He's only wearing one glove.
That's pretty fun.
Oh, that's where I've seen this. Was in the Inglourious Bastards, the movie. They use a glove gun like that at one point, right?
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You get searched.
Yeah.
Arms.
Getting onto an airplane, you're like, listen, this is.
He just had gloves on, so I let him through. Where's he going to put the gun in the glove? It's kind of stupid, don't you think?
During World War II, the prisoners of war were sent bicycle playing cards, and the Ace of Spades had a hidden map on it to help them escape. You had to dip it in water before it would come up. But the map was very small, so they had to send multiple playing cards to put the whole map together before the guys could escape.
Oh, wow.
But they would do it. And
Yeah.
the Japanese wouldn't realize it was that until it was too late.
Yeah. He goes, these guys. He goes, how's those prisoners doing? Play a lot of cards.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? They play a lot of cards and then lose those cards. So much so that they keep sending them every week. It's like.
How much Go Fish can you play?
Yeah. Are they just putting it on the ace too?
Ace of Spades, yeah.
Well, why would they? If it's going to take a while, you're like, hey, if we're already doing the Ace of Spades, maybe just do one card, all 52 cards.
Let's do the whole deck.
That's a good
Let's
question.
do the whole deck. And he's like, no. It only works on the Ace of Spades. We're gonna have you guys out about 2 months before they would let you out.
Yeah.
Like they're by the time it gets done.
Yeah.
It
takes 20 years.
Yeah, he goes, all right, you boys ready to escape? You're like, well, I think I'm going to just hang, I'm like 7 months from getting out for real. So if I do your thing, it's going to be, I'll just be sent back in here. And he goes, we'll do the card thing again, though. The card thing will already be in there.
Yeah.
So then you can get out. So, I mean, it's perfect.
And is that the plan beforehand? They go, if you ever get trapped,
That's what I was going to ask.
Look for a deck of cards. Try to get enough water to dunk it down in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how did they know to do this to the cards?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they got visited by someone that they could speak privately and they'd tell them.
They let the POWs have private visits with
Yeah, it
friends
seemed like
and
the
family.
POWs get a lot of leniency.
Yeah.
You get all these
Yeah,
gifts
well,
sent to you. It doesn't seem like it's that bad of a gig.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently you have all the time in the world to play cards.
Yeah.
Well, there's clearly some things I don't know the answer to. Maybe they would think the whole deck. It takes a while. So
Well, the picture looks like it's the whole deck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is a 5 right there, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, 5 of
So maybe
spades.
everything I just said was incorrect.
That's all right. According to
That's
that,
good.
you nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for looking into it.
This says the Ace of Spades, according to this. Sexpionage was a big thing.
Uh-huh.
That's still going on, apparently. There was the movie Red Sparrow a few years ago with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Beautiful Russian women being trained to seduce, I guess anybody, just men that come over there.
Yeah.
For
Is
stuff.
that movie good?
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
You guys seen it?
I've not seen
45% Rotten Tomato.
It's not good.
It's not good. But I don't, something what do they know?
They're called honey.
Exactly. Those are the critics. Those aren't the real Americans watching.
Oh, every movie you go, the real people that do the voting. I mean, every movie's Godfather 1. I mean, they're all just the greatest movie that's ever been made. Like you look at it has to be bad for. Oh, audience score actually 49%. Never mind, I made all that up. So
there's a lot of times where the critics are like, "This movie's an abomination."
It'll be
98% of people like it.
Go look at. I mean, Amazon will be when you look at stuff. Amazon, it's tough for a movie to not be 4.5 stars
Because they want you to buy it, right?
No, but it's like the I mean,
user
unless
reviews.
they're unless they're faking the user reviews. But I mean, it would usually be mismatched where it's like Rotten Tomatoes is bad, and then something else.
I mean, and who's really going on writing a review of a movie? I mean, I don't know that I've ever done that.
Yeah, I mean that's 4.4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah,
Like people used to go on Facebook that I knew and like do a lot of reviews of movies they saw.
Mm-hmm.
They would give like really in-depth reviews, and I'm like, who's asking for this?
yeah. One guy's first review says at first his film seemed mediocre at my first screening. He goes, it was okay, but however, after the second and third viewing, now he goes, not by my choice, but by circumstances, the film sort of grew on me, and I would rate this
as one of the best films
released this year so far. That guy flipped. I like this guy.
Once it became the only movie I could watch.
Yeah. I mean, that's so crazy.
He said, I will not reveal the plot twist, but if you do get to see it the second time, do watch out for the subtle nuances and speech patterns. That's very funny.
Yeah. I mean, that is
when y'all have to watch it multiple times like I did.
He goes, not by choice. I got caught in a, Red Sparrow. I go,
got stuck in the VHR.
He goes,
what is it?
I try to walk it. Yeah,
VCR?
VHR.
He goes, I walked out. He goes, I bought a ticket to another movie, and then they tricked me. And they said, I was trying to watch Red Pharaoh, and the guy thought I said Red Sparrow, and I go, Dad, God. And so I had to go watch it again. And then he goes, so after the third time, I thought, well, I'm not going to that movie theater anymore. But I also did enjoy Red Sparrow a lot more.
Don't you think it's a lot easier now to be a spy, probably? Because, I mean, they used to have hidden cameras, like on their buttons of their coats and stuff. Now everyone has a phone.
Everybody's a spy out here now.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready to snitch.
Spying on ourselves.
Yeah. They almost don't have to use a person as a spy. They could just be, it's like if they can get someone's number. I mean, I would imagine the high up, the hardest people to get to, it's going to be hard to get to those guys. But I mean, yeah, you just find a guy that that's why they probably would use celebrities now. Or if they use Dennis Rodman went over to
North Korea.
Yeah, you're just I don't know, just he's probably brings his phone over.
Yeah. Do you think Dennis Rodman's a spy?
No, but I mean, why would you not? If he's bringing his phone over there,
yeah.
Why you don't think they're going through his phone? He's friends with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think they're reading every single thing that he's ever sent to that person?
Yeah.
Or when he goes and meets him, you don't. It's like they don't even need you. They don't have to go, hey, be a spy. Maybe if they want a question to, just in the middle of you talking about your run in the Bulls. Could you bring up nuclear weapons?
Yeah, just see what he's got.
Maybe, just go. Our basketball team was we were like a nuclear weapon, and that we had just guys, just so many people that could destroy, and we could hit from such far range. Does that sound familiar? Do you
ring any bells?
Would you be able to say that about your life? Then he goes, oh, well, Dennis, he goes, yeah, I got a lot. He just falls. Yeah, I got a ton of them, man.
I got a warehouse full of these things.
Because they could go anywhere. I could shoot them that way, and they come back and hit me over here. Dude, we're doing so good with them.
All the way around
All the way around the world. He just comes back, boom, nails me.
They're all named Bulls players.
It's the Tony Kukoc.
Yeah, the Tony, yeah. Well, what you got to watch out for is the B.J. Armstrong.
Oh, yeah. Slept on.
Yeah, slept on.
But very important.
But that one, it fires from underground.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading where now they get to people they create fake conferences, like educational conferences where the scientists and people go to. They think it's a real thing, but it's really created by any country can do it, but the CIA does it. And they put on, and then once they go back to their hotel room, then the CIA, when they can get alone with them, they'll come to them and try to convince them to come with them to escape, like to come to the U.S. and be, under their surveillance.
Okay. So you're talking about. So you're talking about this? How they recruit people?
Well, like if there was a Russian chemical engineer,
Yeah.
they might put on a fake conference in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they think it's a real thing, and they come and speak or whatever. As soon as they get away and they can get them one-on-one, the United States will come to their hotel room and be like, we want you to come to the United States. They pressure them somehow, into coming. And if you don't, we're going to do this, 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 or whatever. Or they just try to like brainwash them or just try to convince them that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And both countries do that.
Yeah.
That's how now they recruit people, some way just like that, scare people.
So if you ever go to a speech, and you're like, I've never given a speech before.
Yeah. Or like when a club hires me, like
book your own hotel. You know what I mean?
Book your own hotel. Yeah. Yeah. I'm driving back right after him.
Yeah.
That's how it doesn't work. They do it.
Yeah.
And he goes, you got him? He goes, no, he lives like an hour from me.
Yeah.
He already drove home. And you're like, why did you book him that close to the, because I didn't think about it.
I didn't think you could drive at night.
I didn't think, I didn't know where he lived. That's my first day.
He's like, I'm in an Airbnb, actually.
Yeah.
I can't have gas.
Yeah. He goes, I'm not allowed to. Do you mind if we just talk to you for a second about, would you like to come to America and play for us?
There was a spy that was so dumb. He was like a double agent, and they were about to catch him. And there was a meeting set up in the New York Public Library, and he got lost in the library and never made it to the rendezvous where they were waiting. And he finally just left. So they didn't arrest him because he couldn't find where he was going.
Oh, good for him.
Oh, wow. And he's still doing good?
No, I think they eventually caught him.
Oh.
But he was so dumb, he missed his drop point, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sounds smart to me. It sounds like they were like, nah, he was dumb. Like they messed up, and they were like, nah, it's him. He's dumb.
Yeah, that's true. It could go the other way.
Yeah, you're right.
We couldn't find.
go,
Yeah, he couldn't find us. We knew where he was.
I mean, at that point, you think he would just go, if he's truly dumb, why don't they go, Jerry?
Yeah.
And he goes, I've been looking everywhere for you guys. And he just comes up there.
So the new thing now that's going on is this thing called Havana Syndrome.
Oh, boy.
You know this?
A little bit.
So this is just the last few years. People in U.S. diplomats in Havana, Cuba started saying they had this they got sick and this weird vibration going through their ears, and they didn't know what was going on. And at first they were like, oh, it's just nothing. But now it's happened a bunch of different places, including on the grounds of the White House. Like people have gotten sick, and they say they hear this like ringing in their ears, and they don't know who's doing it, but it's happened a bunch of different places. They think Russians maybe, but it's becoming like a big problem.
So, all right. I thought you would say someone put a chip in someone or something.
It's like a microwave signal, they think.
Yeah.
Now,
We don't know.
We don't know.
they think maybe they're just trying to steal
5G. You know what I mean?
Boom.
They think maybe they're just trying to steal information off their laptop or their phone, and they have a way to some type of device that pulsates a signal,
Yeah.
and that's just causing the side effects. Is that? But they don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make people sick and mess with them. But it's happened on the grounds of the White House. So
Why would it be? Yeah. And it seems funny to be like, what are you doing? We're trying to like annoy them. With they're nauseous more than usual.
yeah,
Why do they call it the Havana Syndrome?
because it first happened in Havana, Cuba,
Oh.
and at first they're like, "You guys are just
So they're sick and they
this.
got ringing in there. It sounded like they went to a concert. They're a little hungover and they're like, no, I'm not. It's a
If
Nah,
they
it's
really
a
dove
syndrome.
into it, they
Yeah.
could like find out all of them went to a concert.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it started in Havana. A lot of big concerts, a lot of cigars, a lot of parties going
yeah.
on.
What would, like if it was like another country doing it, what would they do? Like that's what I like.
What's their purpose?
Yeah, it's like what are like how do they get it in the White House, or does it really need to be in the White House?
Well, it was on the White House grounds, and I guess the grounds are pretty big. I saw this on 60 Minutes. They were walking into the White House, and it was like paralyzing to them. And They got real sick. One guy was just in a hotel room, and he said he saw like a white van outside his window, and it affected him and his wife and their kids.
Oh.
So it could disable you somehow. I don't know. Maybe they're just testing it before they do it on the president. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
He's getting suggestions. Bates is trying to him out because I don't know. It seems like it's working.
They're already a spy.
I think you should try on bigger targets, to be honest.
Honestly, Biden's,
Yeah.
he'd be ripe for it, I think.
Yeah.
Here's a schedule.
Yeah.
There was a spy who found out 4 months before Pearl Harbor that Japanese were going to attack Pearl Harbor, and he alerted the CIA, and they didn't believe him. He wasn't from America; he was from another country. They didn't believe him, and so they ignored it. But he was right.
Did it happen?
Yeah. I think about that a lot. People always say if I had a time machine, I'd go back and I'd stop 9/11. How would you?
Yeah.
How would you stop
me? Let's say me. I come back. I land in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
On September 10th.
Yeah.
Who do I even call? Who believes me?
I mean,
I wouldn't start in Montgomery.
Well, that's where I was at the time.
well, then I would at least ask to come back like the 8th or something. Like
Yeah.
a flight out of Montgomery. You're trying to get to the 10th. You're going to need some travel time.
Yeah, that's
To
true.
be,
There's no direct flights for sure.
yeah, I would. Ask to come back. If we're talking about you get the power.
Yeah, give yourself a couple of days while you're in town.
Yeah.
What would be the move, though?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone would believe me. You hear this? Some guy predicted or said that he had information that Pearl Harbor is going to happen, and nobody believed him.
He's a CIA agent.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a regular guy.
From Montgomery, Alabama.
I'm a kid from Montgomery, Alabama. What am
And
I?
on top of all of this is also just time traveled back here. So in everything. I mean, the thing that would almost make you weirdly not say it, because then if you said it, then you would be probably just in prison right now, because they would be like, well, you had something to do with it.
Right.
That's what you could do, though. You could tell them a bunch of other stuff's about to happen before that, and they would believe you.
We better say something good.
Look up sports scores, everything, before you go back and say, look, all this stuff happened.
And then build a case, build a reputation. I can predict the future. And then drop 9/11 on them.
Yeah.
This is about that.
And then you'll get so into like predicting the future that you'll rise to fame, and you'll go, actually, maybe I won't even tell them about 9/11 because I got a lot going on right now.
Yeah,
This
you
is actually,
forget.
it's actually,
What is today?
It's actually going well. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wake up hungover doing a bunch of drugs, and you're like, see it happen on TV. You're like, dang.
That's the whole reason I came back.
I got to go back to the past.
Yeah. And then it ruined your whole career.
Yeah.
They said Nostradamus predicted 9/11.
Yeah.
He said 2 still birds would fall from the sky in a metropolis. But then people debunked it, said still wasn't even a thing during the time of Nostradamus. So they don't think he really wrote that.
Yeah.
God, that's so funny for the guy that made that up. He didn't do any research.
Like 200 years later, still came out.
Yeah.
Well, everybody believed him.
A few people did, I guess.
I mean, I think a lot of people
I think a lot of people.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
But did you do anything about it? Did you change it?
I didn't see
but
it
I'm saying
before.
you can see people believe in it because it's like you hear it. That's just like it doesn't really matter. The belief doesn't matter because it's like it's just kind of like, oh, that's crazy. Like it's a people still like conspiracy kind of. You like something like that, and you go, oh, that's cool. So your belief in that being real is like you're never gonna go look and see what's still around. But then it's like if it gets popular, then just one person that just goes, no.
Yeah. And this guy, the one who told him about Pearl Harbor, was the basis for James Bond. Oh. He was friends with Ian Fleming, the guy who wrote James Bond, and he based his character, they think, off of this guy.
Oh, I thought you said like the basis.
I thought you meant the song basis too. And I was like, James Bond's a band? Because that's what I thought that meant completely. Was the basis of, I was like, he was in Leonard Skinner. What? That guy that said that about Pearl Harbor?
He did it all.
He goes, he was in the first Aerosmith? That's insane. This guy had quite a career. He really knew how to pick bands, too.
Julia Childs worked for the CIA.
She did?
What does she do? She cook for him?
She was a typist for them or something, but...
and then she got into cooking?
Yeah, much later.
What is she? Was she undercover? Like a spy?
No, but I think there was like a rumor, like oh, Julia's Child used to work for CIA, and everybody's like, no, it's just an urban legend, but it was real.
Wow.
I thought that was the actress, Julia.
Julia Louis
Julia
Dreyfus.
Stiles?
Yeah, Julia Stiles. Yeah.
This is pretty different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, she just did that. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, CIA is still around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She could have worked there.
Mhm.
She may work for them now.
Oh yeah, she's 41.
She's in the Bourne movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So
there you
she's
go.
probably
There's another
involved.
yeah,
Yeah,
there
she's
you go.
involved.
She's got an in.
Here's another shark attack in Egypt, 2010. Several sharks attacked people at a popular resort. They found a GPS tracking device on them, and
man.
Oh, okay.
someone said that the Israelis used them, sent the sharks to attack people in Egypt.
Whoa.
And
You think
then-
that was what was happening in Missouri?
Might have been. Yeah, those are their big targets.
But
Why? How does it capture the shark with a GPS unit playing on its back? How does it tell the shark where to grow?
well, that's the point. The Israelis said we can't do that. We don't have that power. They said this is just the thing. We track sharks' migrations. So
That's
Yeah.
what they said. Yeah, they had the GPS on them to just track where they are.
Yeah.
Not to send them to
attack people.
to attack particular people.
It's unfortunate though if your tracking shark attacks some people.
Yeah.
That feels linked
You go,
back
look,
to you.
it looks bad. All right. I'm not one to act like it doesn't. But
Yeah.
and I'll be honest with you, I'm flattered that you think we could send a shark to you.
To Egypt. I don't
To
even know how
yeah.
it gets to Egypt.
Yeah, I don't. Is there sharks? Where are the sharks in Israel?
So this is funny. They think it's because 2 weeks before that, during the Islamic festival of Eid al-Adha, they dumped a bunch of sheep carcasses into the water. So they think that's where the sharks came from.
Oh,
They just saw a bunch of sheep
Well, that
carcasses
sounds about
there.
right. Yeah.
oh, Israel did that.
No, I think Egypt did that, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they're saying that's why you have stupid sharks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah,
He
you
goes,
dump a bunch of dead animals in the ocean.
Yeah, they go. Well, then you tell me what it is, sir. And you go. Well, I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, dude. Your festival for your whole country killed all these sheep and put it in the ocean, and
Then you're out there swimming around in it.
yeah, and and then and I mean the fact that beach wasn't just shut down forever is remarkable. That y'all within a couple weeks were back out there and had major shark attacks. How would a shark get from Israel to Egypt? Where's
I
the
don't know.
map like on that?
No.
Oh, right there.
Where?
But I think
no,
this
it's
is
not.
a little bit like
What's a map? Yeah.
like you said, the Nostradamus thing where people just believe it, and the Procter and Gamble thing on Phil Donahue. I think just enough people hear it, and then it just becomes a thing.
Yeah, well, most people go, no, he did that. And if you told that person that's not true, they'd be like, that's fine. I figured it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it while it lasted. I enjoyed it while it lasted.
I mean, not that far.
Oh,
They
yeah.
border each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Mediterranean Sea. At first, I said, how's a shark even
I mean, that's where
getting to Israel? And you're like, oh, by the Mediterranean
Yeah.
Sea?
I had
All
no
right, that
idea
makes
Egypt
sense.
had all that oceanfront property.
I didn't either.
I
I
didn't
thought
either.
they were.
I mean, yeah.
I had
you
no
know.
idea.
You should tell me, go. Now, you tell me, look, if you say Jordan is a shark from Jordan that came over here, he goes, yeah. He goes, then we're talking. Where was this shark out? I go, he was at a bar. He was at a bar eating next to me. And they go, all right, I'm listening. Where was he? He made it all the way in? They didn't check his ID?
they've tried numerous times to use animals for their service. Operation Acoustic Kitty was where their plan to turn cats into portable spying devices.
Mm-hmm.
So they inserted a microphone in a radio transmitter in the ear of a cat in the base of its skull. And they sent it to a park to listen to some foreign nationals. And the cat ran across the street and got hit by a cab,
Really?
killed.
Probably committed suicide because there's a microphone in his brain.
$20 million.
That's-
First try, gets hit and killed by a cab.
How does that cost $20 million? How on earth does that cost $20 million?
Oh, research and development. Yeah, you got to put the thing together.
Huh?
You got to pay the
When was this?
scientists.
This was a long time ago.
That's insane, dude.
Maybe things cost more back then.
No, that's
Like a
that's
TV.
insane. You're telling me $20 million. The cat is.
Can you Google that?
It seems like money laundering, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, the cat got hit by a car.
Let's say that. So the cat's free. So we're done with that.
Yeah.
And then there's no way.
This is in the 1960s, more than $20 million.
There's no way.
Well, you had to buy the cats. Let's think about all the expenses. You got to buy the cats. You got to raise the cats. You got to feed them occasionally.
I mean, I don't. The equipment. I mean, the cat has nothing to do with it.
I mean, look, it's not negligible.
The equipment.
You got to buy the cats. You can't get just mutts off the street.
That's
you got to
true.
get some good cats.
That's true.
No, but $80 then, like $20 million in the '60s, dude.
Yeah.
That's so much money.
Small technology was expensive back then. Everything's huge. I mean, when y'all were growing up, a personal computer was a whole room of your house.
But what would
Now
they
you
try?
can fit them all in.
Yeah, do they not have like scientists on salary? Does anybody like do
It's on retainer.
Yeah, like to
Yeah.
go like, yeah, dude, we're gonna bring something to you. Do you try to fix this? Is it like how does that work?
I think the individual projects get funded.
And
You get grants like that.
Could you not get the microphone out of the cat's head after it was
Yeah.
dead? I mean, did the car completely crush the cat?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe they did get it out, but
And who were they trying to spy on? I
yeah.
mean,
Did they? Is that the first time they tried it?
Yeah.
They didn't even like go into a fenced area and go, let's give it a go. to
Well,
make
I
sure
don't know
the
about
cat
that. It's the
doesn't-
first time they tried it in like the real world.
I just don't know where that 20 million. That seems like. Do you have to like where are they raising that money?
This is
It's
government.
like taxes,
This is
right?
government money.
So, but like,
So, dude, the screws are probably $600. Like
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
how they do it. That's how
just
they
dangle the
that's
mic around the
crazy.
Yeah.
collar.
yeah. At that, I mean, that in the 60s, I don't know, walk up and say, sorry, my cat got loose. And then
Yeah.
grab the cat. You didn't have to destroy its brain, a normal cat, and then walk away with it and then leave a microphone under the bench.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. As soon as like the cat made it about 300 meters, and then it got ran over by a taxi, and then they lost all financing for this project.
They already got $20 million for
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't even have any saved? Who are you even buying this from? Like, you're not like, it's like you're paying for the labor, right? Because this stuff is all made up. So they're not going to Home Depot or Radio Shack
Mm-hmm.
and buying this stuff. So it's in the 60s. All this stuff's made up. Like, that's what you don't have a room that's got a bunch of stuff in it.
Now, what do you mean by made up?
Like this is a new device that's being built.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
there's-
where most of the money went. You gotta research and develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's not a room that's like you're like, all right, dude. What about building a thing for a cat? And you think the guy's in the room and he goes, I need like $20 million for me. I don't. You're like, you don't have any of that stuff in here, man. You don't have any piece like they don't have metal and stuff.
And I like that they lost financing. Like it's
Yeah.
like you spend it all.
Yeah,
You spent like you were looking for more money
Yeah.
after this.
Well,
they go, but I think we figured it out. You go, what? You want 20 million more? And they go, 20 million, 40 million. If we want 40 million, and we're going to do ferrets.
Yeah. 40 million to get a cat that won't run into the road.
Yeah.
We just cheaped out on the cat.
He goes,
That's
we
the
had a
problem.
bum cat over there. He goes, I found that guy last night. He goes, we're gonna train this cat. We're gonna have its family be spies. So we're gonna have 2 cat parents that will raise a kid cat spy parent. So they understand how it all works.
Can you imagine that guy who came up with the idea, though, when they tried it out and he just sees the
it's
cat?
just like, oh, it's going.
You'd probably save more. It'd be less expensive just to make every bench in that city be a microphone.
Yeah.
And then just take a shot in the dark at which whatever they sit on.
Yeah.
Just go, well, spies like to sit on benches. They don't ever talk,
Mhm.
like standing up, right? A bench heavy group. And so let's just do microphones on all the benches. And you're like, are you crazy, dude? You go, well, all right, then here Johnson's idea. All right, I need $20 million. I'm going to put it in a cat and then hope, and then see what happens. And we'll hear everything they say. And they're like, that sounds pretty good. And
The
you go,
reliable cat.
they're reliable cat. I go, I'm putting in benches. We could then move the benches everywhere.
Yeah, I guess we just hope the cat is around important people. I
Yeah.
guess, and not just hanging in an alley all day. Was the cat somebody's pet? I mean, that would be one way to do
Probably Johnson's, I'm guessing.
it. Yeah.
I mean, even if it was somebody's pet, I mean, he's not going to trust you after you cut his head open and put a.
Yeah.
I guess apparently not that small of a 19. Maybe that was the problem. Like the cat shows up and it's like when you get a Christmas present and you're like, well, I don't know what that is. And he just comes in. It's got a microphone just sticking out of his head and he's like walling around.
It's like a stage microphone.
Like a stage microphone. His tail is just it goes up and there's a big bubble at the end of it. And he can't keep it up. He's just dragging it, and you're like,
Got one of those satellites over his head.
yeah. And you're like, that's crazy. What's that? Does that cat seems weird?
Just feedback.
Every time he opens his mouth, you just hear someone talking 9 or 4 or 2. So, like,
Maybe they asked for the money back. Like after it ended, the government said, "Can you give us $17 million back?"
I would ask for it back. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they're giving it back. I don't think the government goes okay. I wish you could find all the money wasted on stuff like that. I bet it's got to be outrageous,
Astronomical.
I mean, more money than probably than stuff that's worked.
And because it's classified, you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's a perfect job.
Yeah. I mean, I would just think you just go get the mic out of the cat's head.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Unless the cab smashed it.
You think they had that cab driver killed?
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Well, I think it'd be
Oh,
like,
sure.
Yeah, you track that guy down and go,
I hear it
listen.
too.
They probably have so
I'm
many
hearing
people
there's a
killed
buzz.
like that.
We're hearing a buzz in here. I don't like that.
That's
During
interesting.
the spy episode.
Oh,
Ryan, we talk
boy.
about the cat's present.
Oh, yeah. I don't hear anything for what it's worth.
Changed on here. It must be electronic, but we're not getting it in the signal.
Okay,
Well, now we know.
I hear it. So me and Bates here. You don't hear it?
I do hear it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
hear
now
it.
that we call you
Yeah.
out for it. Mm-hmm.
So Ben, we're talking about all this stuff, and weirdly, right now,
Uh-huh.
you see there's Laura. See, there's a white van outside. Because it's out there.
That's like in the movie Citizen 4, where Edward Snowden's talking about
Harrison Ford.
Citizen 4. When he's talking about all the steps people spied on him, and then the fire alarm goes off in the hotel room
Oh.
while they're doing the interview.
What? I don't. What's Citizen Ford?
It's a documentary about Edward Snowden,
oh.
and they're interviewing him.
Oh, is it good? I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's some secluded place. And then while they're interviewing the film crew, the fire alarm starts
Yeah.
going off in the hotel, and it's
Yeah.
just like that's weird.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? He's looking out the window and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
If you're Edward Snowden, you just think nothing's a coincidence. I bet.
Yeah.
Oh well. How do you?
God, the
I
bus
mean,
is late.
well, yeah. That's everything. You could never. Yeah, it'd be a weird way to have to live because you got to guess what's coincidence,
Yeah.
and what's not,
Mhm.
and you would think everything is.
Yeah.
Man, that would be tough. And then a lot of it you would be because it's like how many coincidences do you have?
probably a bunch.
Probably a bunch.
Probably a bunch you don't even notice normally.
Notice,
Right.
But it's like so. Then when you notice them, you're like, so it's your life is just full of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is crazy. You know.
Well, it's like people always talk about. Like you asked, do people get pop-up ads?
Yeah.
Are people spying on us? These companies, and it does seem like you sometimes you're just being in your house talking about something, and then next thing
I don't like that Holly just showed up.
what do you know, Holly?
What do you know? What's in your head?
What's on
Like
that
she wants
collar?
to tell you something.
Yeah. It's a bump on her head. Hey, there's an on-off switch in her.
But have you ever gotten an ad pop up and you hadn't even looked anything up about it? You just been talking about it in your house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's scary, right?
Yeah. I didn't know we had to explain it after he was talking about it. I think that's why I got confused. You're talking about the ad.
I just
thing.
want to make sure it wasn't just me.
No,
And then-
yeah,
I know.
It happens.
Well,
a lot.
yeah, we talked about it earlier, and then you brought that up there. That's the only thing. And then you're like, like when you say something about, you're like, I mean, yeah.
I think you're part of the government.
No, I'm not. You would be. Something doesn't work.
If something doesn't work,
Yeah. That's pretty. He's more the government. I don't know, the one.
oh, because the government doesn't work.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I agree Brian Bates would be the best spy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think he'd miss his flight.
This is like getting over there.
I think he would be a night. Your spy is got to be kind of like able to get places quickly.
I would just sleep in the airport.
I know, but
Southwest.
But as a spy, if there's a meeting, you can't be like, I got to be at the airport 3 hours early. That's what the ticket said. You go, I know, dude, but go like an hour early and just try to get through quick. But it said I need to be there 3 hours, and then you're just sitting in there and you can't adjust from your. I don't think you're not a good adjuster. Like you have your system and then you go,
That's what I want you to think.
Oh.
Nah, I mean, I've seen it. You're doing a great job. That's not. The airplane's never showing up.
The CIA during the Cold War for a while used mind readers.
Oh.
Another
$20 million project.
Yeah.
You can see what people are thinking, right?
No, they didn't admit to this till 2017 when 12 million pages of records got declassified. But they were
Who's
using
writing that many pages?
That's so many pages.
Who's on Earth? There's 12 million pages?
Mm-hmm.
You're saying 12 million pages got declassified.
Yeah.
And this was part of them.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all.
No
about
one's
the
even
spy.
reading these pages.
No,
I don't believe any.
of course not.
I don't believe anything because you're like, so who's reading these 12 million? I don't know if you could read 12 million pages.
I can't read 60. Someone sent me a thing the other day, and I'm like, oh, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I scroll up and go, oh, if it's more than 10, I'm out.
Yeah, well, it's like when the Supreme Court issues some big ruling. It's multiple pages, and then the news reporters have to come out and immediately tell you what it said.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to really, really read fast or just skip to the back and try to find a summary.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, like, well, I'm sure the people that don't read where it's like you can just kind of like jump and you're like, all right, I get the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
But did it say?
Yeah, it just lagged for a second. But so let's assume you can read average reading speed.
Yeah.
Which is half a page a minute. I mean, that would take you 400,000 hours to read.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's I mean, and like, what do they go? Well, we let a computer read it. And you go, what does he do? He takes it down to 11 million.
Right.
Well, that's something.
That's 16,000 days.
It would take to read that?
Yeah.
I mean, how, like, I don't know how. I mean, obviously you got to have a lot of people, but I mean, even 12 million pages.
It's 45 years to read all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. Now, there's probably some diagrams that probably cuts into it a little bit, It's probably not 1,200 pages of wall-to-wall
45
text.
years?
Yeah.
For one
How
person.
long to write?
That's a
But
lot of
it's over
people.
the years.
It's all
just
AI
collecting.
generated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all, so it's all just stuff that's collected. So they give you 12. It's almost like that's what they do. They give you this thing that's so long, and then like now we declassified it. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I so
Yeah.
long.
They've told
I'm
us
not
about
reading all
UFOs,
this.
and we just haven't read that page yet.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
summarize
Yeah.
it for us, dude.
Yeah.
Every time they pass a bill on the news, it's like the bill is 900
it's
pages
crazy.
long.
Yeah.
They had 20 minutes to read it.
Yeah.
It's, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know. Yeah.
What's what I said about
Who's writing those bills?
What?
Supreme
Is it like
Court
they go
ruling?
and like
Oh, yeah.
they just vote? Who puts the thing in the bills? All the Congress people? They just say their things.
Yeah.
And they go, I want this. And I'll get like an auction.
Oh, right. We just
They're
start
just
earmarking
going-
stuff.
And then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
jam it
Throw
in
this in.
between.
The
Yeah.
pork barrel buffet.
Yeah.
That's what they call
Yeah.
it.
That's what they call it?
Yeah, it's called pork.
Is
When you load on pork to a bill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's say I want $20 million of funding for this thing down the street in Tennessee. We'll tack that on to the
and then I'll vote for your bill.
and then you vote for my bill.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's the way it's set up is crazy.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, they use these mind readers. It was called Project Stargate, and the program was finally shut down in 1995. But they would use these psychics. They called them remote viewers, and they would locate hostages kidnapped by terrorist groups or fugitive criminals here in the U.S. And they used this guy Uri Geller, who was on. There he is, right there. He was on Tonight Show numerous times. He said he could bend spoons with his mind,
Mm-hmm.
and
He's been cutlery with his mind.
yeah,
His ability to bend metal cutlery with his mind.
yeah.
I didn't know how to say.
Yeah.
He said he could read other people's minds or do mind control.
Well, did he demonstrate bending the spoon on? You said he was on the Tonight Show.
Well, famous episode of Tonight Show, he comes on, and Johnny Carson's producers have come out with their own spoons and their
Oh.
own stuff, and it stumped him. And he was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it tonight. And they're like,
Oh,
well,
really?
we just want you to do it. And he's like, I don't feel strong right
The
now.
energy's off in here.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
basically what he said. So
Is that what he said on live TV?
yeah. I watched
Yeah.
the clip last night. He's on Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just not. He's like, this scares me. And they're like, well, we just want you to show what you can do. And he's like, I'm just not feeling very strong right now.
That's kind of mean.
Oh,
That's what he said.
Huh?
That's what he said.
It
He's
is-
like, you set me up.
Yeah, I would be mad about that. Like, so you want to go like, I mean, either you're dumb and you really think I'm doing this, or you're being mean.
But a lot of people were falling for it, and they were trying to show.
He's trying to tell people that he really does this, that he bends a spoon.
He's a magician.
No, he's not claiming to be a magician.
He's going to be a psychic that can really do it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's still a form of
Dude,
entertainment.
if,
And he's on
David,
the-
if your dad came on here and did a bunch of tricks and tried to say it was real, we'd be like, well, no, it's not. It's not real.
but it's like, but who's believing that? Like, I mean, I get,
The CIA.
Did he bend his own spoons while on the
Yeah.
Tonight Show?
Yeah, he had his own spoons.
So he bent his own, and then they brought others.
well, it's almost like they just go like, obviously, just say that guy's an illusionist.
Mhm.
Why don't Johnny Carson just say that? Why do you bring the guy out and embarrass the guy?
But
Like-
I don't think he was calling himself an illusionist.
It doesn't matter what he ever called. Like, it's like, just don't. Why does everybody have to be? You can just be like,
You don't have to debunk
you
everything.
know, well, not debunk everything, but you got to do it so that person feels it. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, when you want to make someone feel bad, why do you have to like make sure everybody sees them feel bad?
That's true.
Like, it's like if they're lying, it's like then just go say they were lying. Like,
Could have done that off air. You go,
you
can
could
you
have done
bend one of
fair and go,
these?
you're not, yeah.
Yeah.
And they might have talked to him, or they might have done you like I have no idea.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, this guy's. But if they're trying to say, is he a false prophet? I get like I don't know. It's like he's bending a spoon with his like. What else is he doing? And then the CIA hired him.
To read people's minds, not even just to bend spoons.
So like you're like they're all like why?
Hey, go over there and bend all their
Yeah.
You
bend
would
all
think
their.
if he worked for the
silverware.
CIA, maybe the CIA would be talking to Johnny Carson and be like, "Hey, don't bring out your own spoons.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
don't mess
there
our
you go.
guy
Yeah.
up here."
They go because they go. Why not? He goes. The spoon stuff's stupid. I
Yeah.
go. All right. So y'all admit it. He goes. Yeah.
That
He goes,
guy,
what are y'all using him for? He's reading minds for us.
yeah, that guy needs
they
a better
just say it.
manager.
Yeah.
He needs
Yeah.
a better manager. You know what I mean?
I just
Don't,
don't think why you got to be mean to someone.
don't bring the real.
I mean, the whole
spoons.
world's watching that, and you got to be just. You make someone look like a fool.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I don't know. You thought it was cool that he could bend spoons with his mind. What'd you expect him to do? You brought him on as an entertainer, right?
Right.
So what'd you expect for him to come on and go, nah, it's a fake spoon.
Well, it's pretty great TV to watch somebody be revealed to be a liar.
I get
on
it,
TV,
but
yeah.
it's
It's mean.
but it's mean, but it's mean. It's very, very mean spirited. And Johnny's the king of the world at this point.
Yeah.
And that guy's not. And you just were very mean to that guy. You hired him on to bit now, unless this dude was, I don't know what this guy was doing, but
Yeah, maybe Google him and Johnny Carson. See if I got my story straight.
yeah. If it seems like it's, he's bending spoons, I would think that you're just being, all right, read some.
All right. So anyway, there's this program called Project Stargate. It was declassified in 95, or they ended in 95. The report says that it was a failure. It remains unclear whether their existence of paranormal phenomenon remote viewing had been demonstrated. So the CIA is not admitting that it worked, but they tried it, and they hired these people for a long time to see if they could locate people.
Maybe the
The
CIA
mind.
set this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Go embarrass this guy on Johnny Carson.
Yeah. Oh, until they got out of their contract
Yeah.
with him. They could have done that. Johnny Carson was with the CIA.
Yeah.
Look how
Maybe.
easy it is.
Maybe wasn't it? Was it Mr. Rogers that there was a rumor that he worked for the CIA or something?
Yeah,
I
sure.
feel like there's a lot of celebrities that felt that way. All right, so that's the Rosenbergs were an American family whose her brother worked in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, making the atomic bomb, and he shared secrets with her, which these couple shared with the Russians, and they were first people put to death for being
When was that?
spies. This was back in the 50s, I think.
Hmm.
But they were just this American couple, and a lot of people thought they were falsely accused and that they really weren't involved in it. But when some information was released in the early 90s, it showed they really were involved in sharing government secrets.
I don't know if I
I
can
missed a
believe
lot of
that.
that.
So, yeah. So they said they were rich by they killed him.
Yeah.
And then
Her brother worked on the Manhattan Project, which
Yeah.
was building the atomic bomb.
oh, okay.
He shared with her some of the secrets for making the bomb.
Yeah.
She and her husband shared it with Russians.
On purpose, or
yeah,
they
they
thought?
they were getting paid
Oh,
to do it. They were like
Oh.
Russian spies. But
Oh.
but they were supposedly just this American family that no one was suspected, but
Yeah.
they got caught and they were put to death.
yeah. And they lived in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
That's where the Manhattan Project was going on. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Part of it, a big part of it. Yeah. Building
Oh,
the
wow.
atomic bomb.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Right there with the Oak Ridge boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A lot happened in that part of the country you wouldn't
Yep.
think about.
It could make sense that now, like, because you're like, I feel like, in the South where we are about family, but if you're like find a new way to make money, you're like, yeah, I'll get his dumb secrets. Now you're like, that makes sense.
Who cares?
Did you figure anything out?
Yeah, I figured out the story. So this is a guy who I think we've talked about before on this podcast, the Amazing Randi.
Yeah.
He was a former magician who devoted his life to exposing people who are lying about stuff like
Yeah.
this. And so he would come on Johnny Carson a bunch. He exposed a couple like false televangelists and stuff like that. So this guy, Uri Geller, shows up and he's blindsided with the Amazing Randi. Amazing
Oh,
Randi
no.
comes out and goes, confronts him and says, do this trick under my conditions. And he can't do it. So it was a trap set by Johnny Carson.
Did they have him on before?
Amazing Randy's been on the show
No.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
so-
It looks like this is the first time Uri Geller was on the show.
Oh, so they brought that guy in just for that.
Yeah,
the
they
clip-
brought him in. To
Yeah, the
confront
clip I watched last night, the Amazing Randi wasn't in it.
him. Oh, really?
It was just him Uri Geller sitting down with Johnny Carson with a bunch of stuff laid out there.
Okay.
And then Johnny was like, we thought you could show us what you could do.
Yeah, even like see that's even a weird spot too, like magician, like revealing these tricks. You're like, yeah, man, it's we're doing magic tricks,
Yeah.
dude. Like, the sleight of hand, there's stuff my dad will do. I'd be like, he could tell you what he's doing. You're not going to see it.
I know.
Mhm.
But it's in the idea that you like, it's like, to me, sometimes that stuff feels like it's a guy that can't make it as one way. So his other way is to just blow that world up. And then you're like, well, that's not, it's like it's a trick.
Yeah.
You're doing your own little side game.
I get
together.
it if somebody's taking advantage of people. Like some of these guys he exposed were lying to people and taking money from them and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But if it's just a guy bending spoons, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Or not bending expense.
Yeah.
Bending his own spoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you bend fake spoons, though, that's pretty impressive. I don't know what you're doing, but
Mhm.
even if you have your own spoons that you
Yeah.
can bend, I'm like, okay. So you can't bend all the spoons.
I mean, you don't,
That's
yeah.
where you should go with it. You know, I can't bend all the spoons, guys.
Who do you think I am, dude? I
I've
can't just
select-
bend any
There are
spoon.
spoons I can bend,
Yeah.
but not these.
Yeah.
You think I can bend all the? Yeah, you think I can bend all
Yeah.
the spoons?
Yeah,
Don't be
your
unreasonable.
stupid spoons.
You go, I'm doing forks now. I forgot how to do spoons. And they go, we can find. He's just trying to name stuff. He goes, but I'm just getting into it. So many prongs on that fork.
So
there's a vibration in here. I got a Havana thing going on.
Yeah.
I really can't do it right now.
I went to Indeed.com.
He should have just asked for. He should have said like, I'm actually. I'll bend a knife, and then once he gives it to him, stabs that other guy, and it bends, and he goes, huh?
Indeed has how to become a CIA agent or how to become a spy. CIA agent, got to earn a bachelor's degree.
What is that? How long you go to school for that?
Mm.
Oh, that's the first one.
Yep, that's 4 years.
That's just
4
a regular
years.
regular school.
CIA normally requires applicants to have a GPA of 3.0 or higher.
That's not that high.
No, so far, no
I'm out
problem.
though.
I'm already out, but it's
It's down to me and Aaron.
yeah.
Oh, my GPA is way below that.
Your GPA was below 3.0?
Oh, yeah.
How
yeah.
did you get into
I
Notre
failed-
Dame?
Oh, it was in high school. It was good. I'm talking about in
Oh.
college.
Oh.
They probably don't care about your high school GPA. Just your college.
Well, that's all I have is my high school GPA. I care quite a bit about it. And I take that stuff serious.
I'm sorry,
Mr.
man.
Kramer.
Consider earning a master's degree. Don't have to have it, but they would like you to have a specialized field like security, technology, foreign affairs.
They're like, don't do it, but consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a better
Just-
chance.
They asked you,
listen,
did
yeah.
you do it? You go, I didn't do it.
I have been considering.
I Googled how to become a spy. I think if you Google how to be a spy, you're probably not going to be a spy.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The number one on this list should be if you're reading this list, you're out.
You're out. Yeah.
Become fluent in 1 or 2 foreign languages.
Oh god.
Arabic, Korean, Russian.
Farsi.
But with Babbel, you can do it.
With Babbel, you can do it.
You can do it.
Yep. Gain relevant experience. Like
What?
Gain relevant experience.
Like spy on your parents. Like, dude, yeah.
Well,
They
things
go, what experience do you have? He goes, I've been living in my neighbor's attic for 15 years. And they go, he doesn't know you're there? He doesn't know I'm there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like this guy. It's got to be like that kind of experience.
Well, they meant like working law enforcement, the military, security, something like that.
I'd rather do the other stuff. Yeah, the other stuff. He goes,
I've been stalking this woman
Yeah.
for years.
yeah.
Like,
What
oh,
experience do you
God.
have? He goes, he's like, I go swim in the pool every day and I don't own a pool. And they know nothing about it. And they go, huh? Is the pool in your neighborhood? He goes, not in my neighborhood. But it's in the neighborhood.
In a gated
In the
neighborhood.
gated neighborhood. And he goes, but I do it all the time. He goes, I get in and out. He goes, I sleep in people's garages.
I use a lot of free Wi-Fi.
Yeah. A lot of free Wi-Fi. A lot of the garages. He goes, how do you get in the garages? He goes, the key is you got to step over the beam. He steps over the beam.
The
The
one at the bottom.
The one at the bottom.
Step
As
over.
they shut it, you got to step over it. But also remember to bend down.
do
Step over,
both.
bend down.
It'll
both.
hit your head.
It'll hit your head. Go in a corner. Wake up the next morning when they leave.
Swim in the pool.
He goes, I always leave he goes, I always leave an ace of spades in their car. Because they never see it coming. And they're, this guy's good. He goes, and they don't detect you at all. He goes, no one's ever detected me. He goes, in fact, no one's ever brought it up.
You have to complete a required testing and medical exam. They want you to do a polygraph test and do a credit check.
Mm.
Important for your criminal record to be clean.
Now, I had friends in college who applied for government jobs like this, and they would call you.
Mm-hmm.
The government would call you, former roommates,
Yeah.
former classmates, and go like, "Did he ever lose his temper? Did he ever
Yeah.
bring home weird stuff?" They ask you all kinds
Yeah.
of crazy.
I got that
questions.
call about Daniel Rucker.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
What'd he do?
I forget, it was when I started comedy, but they just called out of nowhere asking. I think it was like that kind of stuff.
He listed you as a personal reference on one of these.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, it was. I think he's told me before, and I keep forgetting. But
I would
he-
fail all of those things.
Yeah.
I mean,
He ever lose his temper? Phew, I go.
you should have
easier to
seen
tell
him
me
when he was a
doesn't.
drinker.
Yeah.
You should take a road trip with him.
Yeah.
See what that's like.
Night. He goes, hit a 4-way stop with him. See what happens. He goes, just something basic. He goes, you don't see that guy in yellow lights, if you know what I mean. What? What does that mean? He goes, nothing. He's a good guy, though.
No, great dude.
Great dude. I'd hire him all the time. He goes, but yeah, don't get him started on tree houses. But he's a good family man, and they're like, what? They don't even know what. But it'd be good where I think they would be like, well, we just want to talk to this guy now.
Yeah,
You leave them enough intrigue to go, I
Right.
think I set you up right.
I built some mystique for you, Dusty.
I built some, yeah. It goes, yeah. Is he a problem? You go, I don't know. If the guy's never used the bathroom inside a building, then if you look past that, then one of the best guys I've ever met in my life.
And then CIA now has spy satellites that has a zoom that can photograph your license plate from 50 miles up in space.
Oh, God.
So just think about that driving home today.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Why don't we do it the other way and see what's going on up there?
Turn it around on 'em?
Yeah. No, I mean, why don't they have it to go
Yeah.
here? You're like, well, why don't you spin it and then go out in outer space?
50 miles in outer space?
Yeah.
Or anything up there, really, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
We do have pictures of outer
it's always
space.
like, oh, yeah, it's a picture, all right.
Yeah.
You know what
it's
I
a
mean?
picture.
50 miles up. That's
Yeah.
50
it.
miles up. He goes, it's from here to the other side of Nashville. Not that high up.
All right. That's probably a good stopping point.
All right. All right. That was fun. Spies. If
Spies.
you want to be a spy, Google www.com howtobeaspy.com. Thank you guys. As always, I will be this week. I'll be in Atlantic City, Beacon.
Oh,
Did
wow.
2 shows at the Beacon.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And then Northampton, Massachusetts, we had to reschedule. That's the one that show canceled on me the day before because of COVID.
Yeah.
We were like it was the next day. So we had to schedule it to June. And I think we're doing a show there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where we're at dates-wise, but
This
May
is the
30
first weekend in June.
This is next week.
Okay, so, all right, well, my show will have already been passed.
Yeah,
So, okay.
there you go.
All right, well, I got nothing. We're having a good time.
Yeah. We go to Dusty's website.
Well, I'm with
I was
Dusty
doing
at Stand Up Live in Huntsville in a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
mid-June. Yeah, mid-June. It's
Yeah.
going to be great. Stand Up Live,
Oh,
Huntsville.
yeah.
It's going to be a hot show.
Yeah, there you go.
Shows.
Shows.
I got a couple. This weekend, I'm at Cap City in Austin,
Ooh, fun
All
club.
right.
headlining the Side Room. It's pretty small. Would love to fill it out. So
Yeah.
get some tickets. Come.
Yeah.
Austin, Texas at Cap
They
City.
have 2
Comedy Club.
rooms.
They have a side
You
room
all
and then a main
weekend?
room. Yeah, I'm doing Friday,
really?
Saturday
Oh, wow.
at the side room. And
Yeah.
then later this month, Hilarities Comedy Club in Cleveland. I've never been. I'm headlining the Cabaret Room,
All right.
which is the side room. It's small. I'd love to fill these rooms up. It'd be really cool to come through
If you
first
fill
time.
those rooms up, you're getting. I mean,
Yeah.
Next step is those
That's the hope. So if
Yeah.
you're in the area, spread the word. Thank you.
your career. Y'all's Aaron's career relies on your hands. If he can't go after that, you're like. This week I'll be at the Funny Bone. I'll be in the a building right down the street from the Funny Bone, and it's
MC and
It's an MC and it's a shed. It's just a dinner theater kind of thing, but with just me. All right. We love you as always, everybody. Thank you very much. See you next week. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the All Things Comedy Network. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.